From TikTok's Bigfoot encounters to the eerie Trent vocalizations, here are the most shocking moments when Bigfoot was caught on camera. Back in 2005, a man living just 15 minutes away from the Parc des Sept Chutes in Quebec went for a hike and took a photo that would haunt anyone who ever planned on going there for ages. And this is the photo he captured. It might look like a regular forest shot at first, but right there, around the bottom of the image, is a tall, dark creature, completely out of place. When you zoom in, you can see something that appears to be standing straight. It's covered in thick hair, has long limbs, and most disturbing of all, a dog-like snout. The photo was taken in broad daylight, and the creature isn't blurry or hidden. It's just there, clearly visible and seemingly holding something in its arms, possibly a small animal or even a baby. And if you look closely, it even seems like the creature is staring straight at the person taking the photo. People have dubbed it the Beast of Seven Chutes, and once this photo surfaced online, the theories exploded. Some say it looks like a typical Bigfoot, but it had a snout. That alone made cryptid hunters suggest it could be something else entirely, a creature known as the Gugwe. Now the Gugwe is a lesser-known type of Bigfoot, but it's said to have more animalistic features, specifically a face resembling a dog or a baboon. It's been described in old Algonquin stories as an aggressive territorial creature that's far more dangerous than your average Sasquatch. And the resemblance in this photo is honestly uncanny. Others think it might be the infamous Dogman, a creature spotted all over North America, especially in places like Michigan and Wisconsin. Personally, I don't think this is just another misidentified bear. The proportions are off. The way it's standing is way too human, and the eyes, they don't look like animal eyes. A video which a couple of years ago mysteriously appeared on the internet before getting deleted soon after had people in shock. Titled the Jabez Cascade video, it showed something that had the whole Bigfoot community go skibidi. Take a look. The video is short, and it shows a massive figure walking between the trees before it disappears. The person recording it might have been too scared to stay there and try to find the creature again, so the video cuts off soon after. At first glance, it might seem like just another shadowy figure in the woods, but if you slow it down and focus on how it moves, it doesn't walk like a person. The way it moved was weird. As for the backstory, the account that originally posted the video, at Jabez Cascade on TikTok, is completely gone, deleted. No username, no profile, just vanished, which only added to the mystery, of course. But with the original source gone, the video just became something no one was ever sure about. And to this day, that's pretty much it. Many called it a hoax, claiming it was a man in a suit and shoulder pads, but that claim was rejected too. That thing is too big for how far this guy is. People saying this is a guy with pads on stilts. Okay, try walking around the woods in stilts. There's rocks, branches, trees, etc. That would be not probable. He wouldn't make it too far if that was the case. On February 7th, 2011, a user named Shabonk182 uploaded a mysterious video on YouTube titled Kuyang Dayak. The footage was unsettling. It appeared like a group of men were looking at something, or someone, in a cage. But what viewers expected to be a dog or something turned out to be something else.
Mulai kan sudah mulai ditangkap sudah.
Menaik ke lap itu.
Oh, udah kemudian pas oleh sampai naik, ada kap sekolah.
Guminggaw lumut pas oleh
At first, it just looks weird, like a prank or some homemade costume. But then the creature started moving a little bit. And that's what had people kind of freaked out. The creature's face was even moving, and in the creepiest way possible. Some say the footage is connected to Indonesian folklore. The name Kuyang comes from Dayak mythology, and it's often associated with witches or spirits. But this version is different, because instead of the floating head with organs, people were looking at something locked in a cage. Others say this wasn't folklore at all. Instead, it was a computer-generated face being tested with real-time motion, which would make it one of the earliest deepfake-style videos to go viral in Southeast Asia. Especially since, at the end, the entire video just cuts to a bright blue screen, almost like a system crash or forced shutdown. What's messed up is how real the twitching looks. Even with all the advancements in tech now, this old 2011 clip still gets people commenting that it looks too good to be fake, or maybe too unnatural to be real. To this day, no one has claimed responsibility for the video. No confirmed location, no follow-up footage, and no debunk from the original uploader. Just a creepy masked figure in a cage, blinking like it knows it's being watched. And maybe it was never meant to be seen in the first place. On May 8th, 2025, a video was uploaded on X with the caption, "Can anyone tell me what this is?" The uploader was clearly caught off guard by what he had recorded and posted it in hopes someone online could identify the bizarre thing squirming around in the water. This is what the video showed.
What is it? What the actual hell?
A tiny, worm-like creature is seen wriggling around just beneath the surface of some shallow water. It stays mostly in one spot, flipping and bending in strange patterns. And then you notice the tail, long and thin, like a soggy tampon come to life. Some people said it looked like a parasite. Others joked it was a failed alien experiment. But the truth is, it's something called a rat-tailed maggot. And yes, that's actually its name. It's the larval form of a fly known as the drone fly. And that creepy tail isn't a tail at all. It's a breathing tube. The maggot lives in stagnant, filthy water, often full of sewage or rot, and it uses the tube like a snorkel to breathe from the surface while staying submerged. And it wasn't the first time someone saw it and had been curious about what it was. Another user had posted some images asking the very same question. What are these translucent creatures? It sounds fake, but this thing is basically thriving in what most people would consider uninhabitable. According to entomologists, they've even been found in sewage tanks and animal manure. At first glance, it looks like something out of a horror movie, but it's real, it's natural, and it's been around for a while. On September 5th, 2014, something strange was recorded deep in the woods of Bruno, West Virginia. A woman named Norma Trent picked up some of the most chilling, unexplainable sounds ever captured on her property. And to this day, no one knows what it was. This is what it sounded like. People online call these the Trent vocalizations after Norma. And honestly, this isn't just some random audio clip. As people started circulating the video, many opinions came in. People tried breaking the audio down to check if it really was a Bigfoot. Even experts couldn't help but weigh in. It sounds legit to me. It sounds like a big male Sasquatch, and obviously the same type of animal as the one heard in the famous Ohio Howl recording from 1994. And this is where it gets creepy. In a now archived Facebook group post made by people from the region, multiple residents claim to have heard the exact same thing years before this audio was ever made public. Whether it was a Sasquatch or not, everyone is pretty sure it wasn't an animal or a human being, so the chances of it being fake are pretty low. A video uploaded on December 5th, 2024 had many perplexed. This is what it showed.
Arizona, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Sorry for my language. What? I don't know what's going on. Look at all this.
Recorded by a family in Arizona, what they saw were multiple lights circling around in the sky. They were dozens in number. And just as the video was uploaded, people started coming in with their theories. For some, it was something planned to create mass hysteria. For others, they were just drones. But when people were busy figuring this video out, another similar video got uploaded by a different person.
That's not a plane. What is it? I don't know, but it's not a plane.
Another situation showed a similar light with the same circular motion, but this time it was only a single one instead of multiple lights. And that is when people started linking it to the Min Min lights. The Min Min lights have been a source of eerie fascination for people, particularly in the outback of Australia, for centuries. While sightings of the lights have been recorded for years, their exact origin and nature are still unclear. The lights are described as bright, glowing orbs that hover near the ground. They seem to flicker or float slowly across the horizon, often appearing in remote, isolated areas. Sometimes they'll vanish and reappear, creating a sense of disorientation for anyone witnessing them. Some witnesses have even claimed to follow the lights, only for them to disappear when they got too close. Just like these.
2, 3.
And why down on us?
Yeah, that group there is moving. That one's really big.
Despite numerous attempts to explain the lights, there's still no concrete answer. Some think they could be reflections of distant headlights from cars or other natural sources of light. Others argue that the phenomenon could be related to something atmospheric, like ball lightning or other electrical discharges that occur in the air. However, many people who have seen the Min Min lights claim that no explanation fits the way these lights behave. They are often seen in areas where there are no roads or cars around, and they exhibit behaviors that don't align with known light phenomena. There are many who believe the Min Min lights are something more than just a mere reflection, perhaps a supernatural occurrence or evidence of a phenomenon we don't yet understand. A couple of months ago, a man discovered something that shocked him. It happened in India. According to him, his car cleaner's wife got possessed by a witch, which, of course, he believed. And then he went on to say that his wife started speaking a new language, fluent Tamil, a language she had known nothing about before. This is what xenoglossy is, a strange phenomenon where a person speaks or understands a language they've never learned. It's strange because, in most cases, the individual has had no exposure to the language, yet they can speak it fluently or understand it perfectly. Is it a trick of the mind or something more unexplainable? There have been many cases, like one a person shared on Quora. As a preschool child, I would sleep, walk, and speak French. My parents, who did not speak French, thought I was just babbling. Most of the time, xenoglossy is linked with either reincarnation or possession, spirits, ghosts, and all. Clara Germanicelli's case is one of the best examples where a little girl who apparently made a pact with Satan got possessed. Clara was said to be able to speak languages of which she had no previous knowledge. While there is no definitive explanation, the cases that have been documented suggest that xenoglossy challenges everything we think we know about memory and consciousness. Whether it's a trick of the mind or something stranger, the enigma of xenoglossy remains unsolved, continuing to intrigue researchers and the curious alike. In 1996, Nintendo launched Pokémon Red, and it turned out to be an instant hit, loved by all. Just like every other game, kids were enjoying it, collecting Pokémon and battling them. But that was until they reached Lavender Town, a location built to be rather spooky. In the earliest Pokémon game, Lavender Town was just like any other town used to collect Pokémon. But something was different. The Pokémon here were dead. A town among many, Lavender was built to feel off. An eerie place with almost no one around, and a graveyard filled with hundreds of graves. But the creepy visuals weren't the worst part. The real horror lay in the music that played when players entered the town. Instead of cheerful background sounds, a strange high-pitched tone played, something said to be picked up only by kids and young teens. Adults never noticed anything, but children started developing symptoms. From insomnia to violent behavior, kids were experiencing it all. And then, it just kept getting worse. Reports claimed that dozens, if not hundreds, of Japanese children ended their lives, giving birth to what's now known as Lavender Town Syndrome, a condition triggered by the disturbing tones layered into the game's audio. Now, this was all a theory, but then came something odd. Game Freak, the game's developer, allegedly modified the music after the reports emerged. An earlier soundtrack of the game was said to be pulled and replaced with a safer version. No official reports of the so-called Lavender Town Syndrome were ever confirmed. It was all a conspiracy theory based on a creepypasta and a legend. And even if all of this was fake, the questions still remain. Why add such a disturbing sound to a children's game in the first place? And why was it quietly changed after the damage was done? The Black Forest, or Schwarzwald, in Germany is infamous not only for its dense trees and beautiful landscapes, but also for its eerie atmosphere and dark tales of hauntings. This forest has long been considered a place of mystery and folklore, and many claim it's home to some of the creepiest legends known to mankind. And the trees there just tell their own tales. The most infamous is the tale of the Witch of Hinterkaifeck, which claims that in 1922, a farmer and his family were found unalived at their remote homestead, Hinterkaifeck, nestled within the enigmatic woods. The unsolved crime spawned numerous theories, with one common hair-raising thread. A strange, witch-like figure had been seen haunting the vicinity before and after the happening. There are also times when hikers have reported being followed by strange shadows, or hearing footsteps behind them, only to turn around and find no one there. This phenomenon is so common that it's almost expected if you venture into the forest alone. One thing that's particularly eerie is the UFO sightings near the forest, with several people reporting strange lights above the trees. To this day, the Black Forest remains one of the most famous haunted forests in the world. Imagine venturing into the depths of a forest at night, the darkness enveloping everything, and then encountering a sight that sends shivers down your spine. This video, although blurry, captures such a chilling moment. Given its size and the setting, speculation runs wild. Could this be the legendary Bigfoot, often rumored to roam secluded forests? Or might it be a bear, its stature and eyes visible, just enough to be caught on camera? Alternatively, the skeptical mind might wonder if this is a clever hoax, designed to stir up fear or excitement. The ambiguity of the footage, combined with the eerie setting, fuels the mystery. The creature remains unidentified, its intentions unclear, and its reality uncertain. If I was the man filming this video, I would have ran away as fast as possible, as the possibility of me being so close to such a creature during the night into the forest terrifies me. A chilling scenario, set deep within the woods at night, was captured in this unnerving video.
Hey!
High up in one of the towering trees, an unexpected and horrifying sight unfolds. There, amidst the dark silhouettes of the branches, is a girl. But this is no ordinary scene of a child climbing a tree. It's something far more unsettling. The girl is screaming, her cries alarming all the residents, and her movements are erratic, almost as if she's thrashing or bouncing against her will. The scene gives off an intense feeling that she might be possessed, exhibiting behavior that's typically associated with horror tales of individuals overtaken by forces beyond their control. The entire spectacle is deeply unsettling, transforming the natural setting of the woods into a backdrop for a terrifying encounter. The video leaves me with a lingering sense of dread, and the uneasy question, what could have caused such a disturbing display? There is a substance straight out of a horror movie that no one has been able to explain, even to this day.
Yeah, it's just kind of gooey and stretchy. It looks kind of like tar.
This is what many beachgoers have noticed at South Carl.
We're exploring a series of images and clips reporting on peculiar black sticky blobs appearing along the beach. These strange substances spark a wave of curiosity and intrigue, looking so out of this world that people can't help but wonder if they've stumbled upon something alien. The first accounts of this substance dates back to 1986 in Caracas, Venezuela, but it has been appearing every now and then, and there are cases of death from this unknown substance. The blobs are unusual and captivating, creating a buzz among locals and visitors alike. They're gooey and dark, contrasting starkly with the usual beach scenery, leading to all sorts of wild guesses about their origin. Could they be some bizarre form of sea life, pollution, or even evidence of extraterrestrial life? Despite almost 2 decades of study and millions of dollars spent identifying it, the cause of the substance has proven difficult, and there are still no definitive explanations as to how it appeared. I find this video very interesting, as I have never heard of this phenomenon, and it created a mystery yet to be solved. Embark on a mysterious journey into the forest at night, where the video at hand captures something truly unusual. High up in the branches of one of the trees, there's movement that catches the eye. A black, hairy figure skillfully navigating through the limbs. The creature's presence is initially obscured by the dense foliage, but as the video continues, we get a clearer view. What emerges from behind the leaves is astonishing. The creature bears a striking resemblance to what many would identify as Bigfoot, a legendary being that's been the subject of folklore and countless eyewitness accounts. Whether this is a genuine sighting of the elusive Bigfoot or just a trick of the light and shadow in the forest remains open to interpretation. Yet, the video undoubtedly offers a fascinating and unsettling encounter with something extraordinary in the still of the night. I incline to think that this video is real, and the face of the creature, with that creepy smile, gives me shivers down the spine. We're introduced to a girl, seemingly engrossed in making a video, completely oblivious to the eerie occurrence unfolding behind her. As the camera rolls, an unusual and chilling spectacle emerges from behind the wall, just over the girl's shoulder. It's a translucent figure, but its presence is subtle, not drawing any immediate attention from the girl, which adds an even more sinister layer to the unfolding scene. Unexpectedly, the creature retracts, stopping short of actual touch. This moment of near interaction frightened me. Who knows what this creature might have done? It's as if I'm watching a scene from a horror movie, where the boundary between the ordinary and the paranormal is blurred, leaving me on edge and questioning what might happen next. I recently visited Lake Como, one of the deepest lakes in Europe, and I want to share with you some strange things. The lake is known to have all sort of things at its bottom. As you can see in this clip, it is a graveyard for cars, tanks, warplanes, and all sort of things. But the lake is famous for something else, something creepier. It is said that somewhere at its bottom lies a monster called Loriosauro, similar to the one we all know at Loch Ness. The earliest sighting dates to 1946. Eyewitnesses allegedly reported seeing a reptile-like animal swimming in the waters of the lake. It is said to not be aggressive unless disturbed. However, folklore says otherwise, with some encounters being deadly. There are even earlier reports of its existence, dating as old as several hundred years, with old pictures immortalizing these claims. So if you want to visit Italy, I suggest you take a trip to this ancient lake as well. But be careful if you think of diving in the water. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. In this video, we're introduced to an extraordinary and somewhat unsettling creature that defies the usual expectations of wildlife.
شكل ابد مناخ الربع.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان.
شوف راسه شوف كبره.
At first glance, the creature's head resembles that of a dog, equipped with notably sharp teeth, suggesting a fierce nature. However, as the camera continues to record, it reveals that the rest of the creature is far from what one might anticipate following the canine-like head. Instead of a dog's body, the creature boasts a form that eerily mirrors a human's, complete with a humanoid torso and an enlarged belly, which adds an unusual dimension to its appearance. The limbs are present, yet they deviate from the norm. The arms are devoid of hands, and the legs, although shorter, end in feet that bear a resemblance to human feet in their shape. The creature's skin is a distinct gray, enhancing its otherworldly look. Even more intriguing is the fact that, despite appearing unconscious, there are visible signs of breathing, making me anxious thinking about the possibility that it could wake up at any time and harm the person filming. I have no idea what this creature could be, but if you know, let us know in the comments. Imagine taking a stroll in your neighborhood after a rainy day, and suddenly you stumble upon this thing. Like me, your first thought might be to get rid of it as quick as possible. maybe by burning it or squishing it under your shoe. However, a closer look reveals a fascinating phenomenon in nature. This circular cluster is actually a group of black caterpillars engaged in a unique behavior called a rolling swarm. Each caterpillar moves at a slightly different pace. Those on top continuously climb over their neighbors, creating a conveyor belt effect. This means the ones in the second layer go twice as fast, but then, once they make it to the front, they have to slow down again as they make their way back to the bottom. With all this going on, it creates this ring-like shape. Even though it's somewhat natural, it still gives me the chills. Get ready for a journey back to World War right from the heart of a German army camp. In the footage you just witnessed, we see a German army camp where troops stumbled upon a truly bizarre and unsettling creature during a routine patrol. This creature gave off vibes of a humanoid mixed with a wolf, resembling something out of a werewolf tale. Towering in height, it boasted sharp, ferocious-looking teeth. The German soldiers were understandably puzzled and intrigued by their discovery, as captured in the video where they attempted to document the creature. Now, some skeptics might suggest that the footage was digitally manipulated, and we can't rule that out, but it still looks intriguing. If indeed genuine, this footage forces us to confront the possibility that creatures akin to werewolves may have roamed among us. Curious about what my sleep paralysis demon goat looks like. This weird goat clip surfaced on Facebook, shared by a page called Anadoonline, sparking a wave of unease and fascination within the community. But fear not, this goat isn't some devil spawn or extraterrestrial being. It's actually a mutant goat from India. Surprisingly, this goat has garnered local celebrity status and is even worshipped in India due to its oddly human-like face. It's believed to have been born with a rare mutation called cyclopia, resulting in facial deformities. So why the worship? Well, in Hindu religion, goats hold significant importance and are considered holy. Hence, this goat, with its human-like face, is regarded as even more special. Despite its fame, this poor goat may struggle with everyday tasks like eating and breathing due to its mutation. Let's hope its life becomes easier as it grows older. Imagine witnessing a scene that defies everything you know about fire and water. As the video plays, we see an individual attempting to extinguish this unusual fire with more water, intuitively thinking it will douse the flames. However, the fire only grows more intense with each attempt. This unexpected turn of events adds to the intrigue, leaving viewers puzzled and in awe. The spectacle of fire burning on water is a fascinating study in contrasts. Typically, water is the go-to extinguisher for flames, but here it seems to feed the fire instead of fighting it. This scenario might involve flammable substances floating on the water or underground gases feeding the flames from below, turning a simple act of nature into a captivating display of its complexity and mystery. I find this phenomenon extraordinary, giving life to the metaphor. Embark on a spine-tingling journey through a scene that might just challenge your beliefs in the ordinary. Out of nowhere, an eerie incident occurs. The woman's hair appears to be mysteriously pulled backward. Yet there's no one else in sight. No visible presence, no hands reaching out, nothing that could logically explain her hair's sudden movement. The room is still. The dog beside her remains undisturbed, oblivious to the strange event. This peculiar moment naturally stirs thoughts of the supernatural. Could this be the work of an unseen entity, a ghostly presence making itself known in the most unsettling way? The lack of any visible cause for the hair pulling intensifies the mystery, wrapping the scene in a cloak of the paranormal. Poor woman. If I were her, I would call a priest as soon as possible. Step into a moment of intrigue right at the entrance of a garage, where this video captures a peculiar and fascinating creature. Initially, it might seem like we're looking at a small black frog, a common enough sight in some areas. However, as the camera zooms in and we get a closer look, it becomes clear that this is no ordinary frog. The creature's head is elongated, straying from the typical round shape we associate with frogs. Even more intriguing is the absence of visible features we'd expect to see, like eyes or a mouth. This lack of identifiable characteristics adds a layer of mystery to the creature, sparking curiosity about its true nature. The video leaves me pondering several questions. Is this an unusual species of amphibian? Perhaps a rare or less known variety? Could it be a creature in a transitional stage of its life? Or maybe it's something entirely different, defying our expectations of familiar wildlife. Imagine stepping into a farm field, the camera rolling, capturing the rustic charm of the countryside. Suddenly, the video zeroes in on an intriguing sight, a skunk cabbage, freshly uprooted, lying in the open field.
This is a skunk cabbage that grows down along.
This isn't just any ordinary glimpse of flora. What stands out is the extraordinary appearance of the plant, particularly its root system. As the camera focuses, the skunk cabbage reveals its otherworldly beauty. The roots are dense, intricate, and spread out in a complex network that captivates the viewer's attention. They exhibit an almost alien quality, as if this plant could belong to a landscape far removed from our earthly familiarities. The sheer uniqueness of the skunk cabbage, especially in its uprooted state, turns this simple video into a fascinating visual exploration. I am not familiar with this plant, and seeing it for the first time in this video made me think of an alien plant at first. In this intriguing image from the Pirin Mountains of southwestern Bulgaria, we're presented with a captivating mystery embedded in stone. The photograph shows a man's foot placed beside a remarkable impression on a rock. A colossal footprint that seems to echo the shape of a human foot, but is magnified to an astonishing scale, at least 8 times larger. The footprint's most striking feature is its toes, which bear a striking resemblance to those of a human, suggesting familiarity, yet paired with the unknown. The rest of the footprint, however, veers into the realm of the mysterious, with proportions and contours that don't quite match our expectations of a human foot, hinting at a creature of extraordinary size and perhaps unknown origin. The mind races with possibilities. Could this be evidence of giants, as suggested by myths and legends that span cultures and eras, creatures of immense stature whose existence has faded into folklore? Or might this imprint hint at the existence of Bigfoot, the elusive creature reported in various sightings throughout the world, yet remaining shrouded in skepticism and mystery? This image left me with more questions than answers, and I am very curious of knowing what could have left such a mark, and if the creature still exists. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you, and if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Imagine encountering a creature so unusual it seems to challenge the laws of nature itself. This tiny reptile, with its pair of heads atop a single body, appears as if plucked from a realm of fantasy or a mythical story. This rare condition, known as bicephaly, is a form of conjoined twinning, but is exceptionally uncommon in reptiles. The two heads sharing one body might make you think of mythical creatures or beings from a realm of fantasy. Yet here it is, a living turtle that defies common natural expectations. It is fascinating how these animals with bicephaly can live without problems. They give us a rare glimpse of nature's diversity. Step into a scene that blurs the line between the familiar and the utterly mysterious. This video, captured on a Texas beach, presents us with a creature that defies easy categorization.
Imagine being on Bolivar Beach and this turns up. KH11 viewer Patricia shared.
It kind of looks like an anemone you'd find in the ocean, with lots of tentacles that are soft and jelly-like. But here's where it gets super weird. The creature's mouth. It's big and looks super scary. Kind of like the mouth of a sea lamprey, but even larger. This isn't something you'd want to bump into while swimming. The creature's color is another strange thing. It's gray, which isn't what you'd expect for something like an anemone. This unusual color makes it look even more out of the ordinary. So what is this thing? Is it just a strange kind of anemone? Or is it something we've never seen before? The video leaves me guessing, showing me just how many weird and wonderful things there might be out there that we still don't know about. An eerie setting becomes the backdrop for a chilling video that's bound to leave a lasting impression on anyone who dares to watch. The drone glides silently, its camera capturing the solemn tranquility of the cemetery below. Then, something unexpected and unsettling enters the frame. Beside one of the graves, a shadowy presence becomes apparent. It's not just any shadow. This one is unique. It appears as a translucent figure, a specter that moves with an otherworldly grace. This ghostly apparition doesn't seem bound by the laws of the physical world, and its presence in such a sacred and solemn place amplifies the eerie atmosphere. The sight of this shadowy figure, captured so clearly yet so mysteriously by the drone, sends me shivers down the spine. Our forests hold mysteries and fascinations beyond our comprehension, and sometimes humans stumble upon things that boggle the mind. In this video, a hiker makes a confusing discovery, a strange-looking creature in the heart of the forest at night. At first glance, it resembled a bobcat, but upon closer inspection, the creature's weird features became apparent. Though it had bobcat-like ears, its face was unusually wide, and the gap between its eyes raised eyebrows. What truly sends shivers down my spine is the creature's intense stare at the hiker. The eyes exude an eerie, almost evil quality, leaving a chilling impression that its intentions might not be as innocent as they seem. This video, from a famous haunted house explorer on YouTube, features a bone-chilling encounter that'll send shivers down your spine. The explorer, known for venturing into abandoned buildings and sharing his experiences, is seen navigating the dusty halls of a deserted house. As he explores each room, he narrates his discoveries, walking around and heading towards one of the rooms. But before he even reaches the door, it creaks open on its own. The explorer, understandably startled, lets out a yelp and scrambles back in fear.
And we'll take a look.
The camera captures not only his terrified reaction, but also the source of his fright. A truly creepy-looking prop doll inside the room. At first, I was sure is a human, but it becomes clear that it is just a prop. The doll's unsettling features, straight out of a horror movie nightmare, add another layer of chills to the scene. Now, was it a cleverly placed prank, a malfunction, or something more paranormal? the video leaves that to the viewers' imaginations. Security cameras offer a reassuring sense of safety and comfort at home. Yet, occasionally, they capture scenes that can leave us feeling unsettled. This clip from a homeowner's security camera shows a quiet nighttime scene, a driveway with a parked car. Suddenly, out of the darkness emerges a truly bizarre creature. Its hunched back, long, creepy legs, and overall appearance are unlike anything most viewers have ever seen. Some online commenters have compared it to a strange mix of a human baby and an ostrich chick, with a human-like upper body and long, lanky legs. The unexpected sighting is bound to raise questions. What is this creature? What were its intentions in casually strolling past the car? The lack of clear answers only adds to the unsettling nature of the video. Now, before we jump to fantastical conclusions, it's important to consider other possibilities. Grainy night vision footage can sometimes distort images. So are we seeing something mundane that is distorted? I am not sure. To me, that looks like a strange, bizarre humanoid creature crawling around. Do you agree? This video from New Mexico has people buzzing about aliens. The footage shows a strange creature chasing a couple of stray dogs. The dogs are clearly terrified, running for their lives at the sight of this thing. It has a weird body shape with a vaguely human upper body, but a wider, flared lower body. It also seems to hover slightly above the ground as it moves smoothly. No wonder the dogs are scared. To me, the video quality seems convincing, and I believe it can't be faked with computer-generated imagery because the dogs react so strongly. However, it's always good to be cautious about jumping to conclusions. There could be a more ordinary explanation, like a person in a costume or clever video editing. Real or fake, the video is sure to spark conversation. What do you think? Is this a case of alien curiosity or something else entirely? The vastness of the unknown never fails to capture the imagination, especially when it comes to the ocean. Scientists estimate we've only explored a mere 5% of its depths, leaving the remaining 95% shrouded in mystery. This captivating video, shared by a Navy sailor, offers a glimpse into those unexplored waters and the strange creatures that might lurk within. The footage showcases an encounter with the unknown. Their pale, hairless bodies move in an unsettlingly slow and deliberate manner. Whatever they may be, their appearance certainly isn't what one would call conventionally attractive. This next video claims to capture a possible Bigfoot sighting. A couple hiking the scenic trails captured this intriguing footage. While the wife, who was filming, didn't notice anything unusual recording at the time, her husband reacted to a sound coming from the woods. Later, reviewing the footage back home, they got the surprise of their lives. In the distance, amidst the trees, a dark figure is faintly visible. Completely black and seemingly covered in thick fur, the creature appears to stand tall with a humanoid upper body. Zooming in on a screenshot, some viewers point out 2 shades of black, suggesting a possible facial area. Many who've seen the video believe it could be Bigfoot. While the blurry footage leaves room for interpretation, it certainly adds fuel to the legend of this elusive creature. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. The Netherlands, known for its picturesque landscapes of canals, tulips, and windmills, might have a new unsettling claim to fame after this video. The footage, captured on a Dutch beach, shows something strange washed ashore. From a distance, it resembles a piece of driftwood, but as the camera zooms in, the true nature of the object becomes clear. This isn't driftwood. It's a long, slender creature with a large mouth and 2 small appendages near its head. It appears lifeless, motionless in the sand. Perhaps it succumbed to the dangers lurking beneath the waves. The creature's size is estimated to be around 5 to 6 meters, adding to the mystery. Its entire form evokes a sense of confusion and intrigue. Have you ever seen anything like this? Share your thoughts and help us unravel the mystery in the comments below. This video from Russia will have your heart racing. It shows a man being chased by a formidable foe, a large black bear. The man is in full sprint, desperately trying to outrun the powerful beast. The snow-covered ground adds to the danger, as a single slip could be disastrous. Onlookers in their cars honk their horns, hoping the noise will deter the bear, but it remains relentless. The chase leads them through the town, a dramatic scene unfolding on the streets. Finally, the man manages to outrun the bear, leaving it standing in the middle of the road. However, in an unfortunate twist, the bear is then clipped by an oncoming bus. Thankfully, the bear emerges from under the bus unharmed, and both the man and the animal walk away from this encounter unscathed. Talk about a scene straight out of a horror movie. This video from Africa shows what appears to be the undead. The footage opens with strange clawed paws protruding from the ground. The cameraman cautiously reaches out and touches them, and to his surprise, they wiggle. It becomes clear this creature is very much alive. Suddenly, the sleepy culprit pops out, which is an armadillo, looking a little startled and definitely not happy to be interrupted. The armadillo gives the camera a "don't bother me" look before promptly burrowing back underground, disappearing as quickly as it arrived. While the sight might be a little unusual, it's actually quite natural. Armadillos are known for digging burrows to protect themselves from the elements and predators. This one was simply catching some sleep in its comfy underground haven when it was unexpectedly woken up. So, next time you see a mysterious set of claws poking out of the ground, remember it might just be a grumpy armadillo catching some shut-eye. This next video from a fisherman on YouTube has the internet buzzing about a bizarre catch. The video shows the fisherman proudly displaying a truly strange creature in his hand. It appears to be a mashup of an octopus and a jellyfish. It had features like long, stringy tentacles, like an octopus, but with a body resembling a jellyfish with a weird, textured skin. The creature even moves in a similar way to an octopus. Adding to the oddity, the tentacles seem to sport small, spiky hairs. This unusual creature is definitely head-turning, but the real shocker is the fisherman, casually handling it with his bare hands. Considering the complete mystery surrounding this creature, if I was in the place of the fisherman, I would have been really concerned about potential dangers, like unknown toxins. Living in India, watch out for the karate monkeys. In this video from a shop's security camera, the street scene unfolds with an elderly person strolling casually. Suddenly, a monkey appears on the scene, charging towards something. To everyone's surprise, it targets the old man directly. The monkey executes a strong, two-legged kick, sending the poor man tumbling to the ground. After the attack, displaying its natural agility and parkour skills, the monkey swiftly jumps onto a nearby car and makes a quick getaway. This unexpected encounter raises concerns, as the situation could have taken a more severe turn, especially if the elderly man had hit his head on something during the fall. If you're in India, it's crucial to stay vigilant and be cautious around these mischievous primates to avoid potential encounters like this one. This intriguing video comes from an African forest safari, where a tourist captures footage of a peculiar creature sitting inside a tree. At first glance, the creature appears similar to a baboon, but as the camera zooms in on its face, it reveals features unlike anything seen before. The creature possesses a strange and creepy humanoid hand, sitting upright and fixated on something. In the background, you can hear the voices of a large crowd that has gathered to witness this unusual sight.
Jammer dat ze zijn kop niet ziet, dat zag je net wel, hè?
Ja, maar hij presenteert niet.
Suggesting that the creature might be hiding in the tree due to the attention. While some may speculate that it's a baboon, the unique and potentially damaged appearance of its face raises questions. I think that it could have faced confrontations with other baboons, which is common as they vie for territory. What are your thoughts on this strange creature sighting? This video was being recorded by two sisters just for fun, showing them goofing around for a while. But at some point, something bizarre appears right next to the corner of the door. The face of a pale woman with long dark hair can be seen peeking at them. The girl recording immediately notices it and goes after it, only to be met by this sight. She grabs her sister and both run outside, clearly spotting that there is someone inside their house. What exactly was that? A long-gone resident of the building, still trapped inside the house's walls? What do you think? The video you are about to see was supposedly taken by a villager who managed to finally catch a glimpse of what many people described as a nightmare for their lives. From a distance, the man catches a glimpse of a dark figure walking in the snow. He tries to zoom in, but the quality is poor, and we can't quite make much of it. Although the quality is bad, the man is convinced that what he caught on camera is the thing that terrorizes his village, with many people reporting hearing heavy footsteps outside their houses at night. Could this be the legendary Bigfoot? What do you think? Uploaded about 4 years ago, this clip still serves as stuff of nightmares for whoever watches it. Recorded by a security camera mounted on the front of the house to keep an eye on burglars or intruders. This clip recorded a terrifying thing. At first, nothing seems unusual, but then a figure appears to be coming towards the gate of the house. And as moments pass, we can see that the figure walks through the gate without even opening it. Many people on the internet blamed it on the camera being faulty, but if it was that, then how did he not open the gate before entering? The figure starts off as a weird silhouette of a man, and ends up as a normal human being walking towards the house. And that's what is most scary about this clip. No one in the house had ever seen this man before, even in their neighborhood, and according to them, they never saw anyone entering the house either. But then what was it? For me, the video looks quite genuine, but there's still a chance that it could be edited or a glitch. This video from Thailand has the internet buzzing with speculation. It shows a camera crew gathered around a strange creature spotted in the water. As the camera zooms in, the initial impression might be that of a sloth struggling to stay afloat. However, a closer look reveals a creature with a distinctively different body shape. It has thick fur and what appears to be a long arm, but only the upper half is visible. The video, uploaded to Facebook, sparked comments, suggesting it could be an orangutan due to its resemblance to the primate when wet. However, orangutans are not typically found in Thailand, fueling the confusion. So, what is this creature? The limited view makes definitive identification a challenge. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Humans have always been curious in nature, and untouched places where no one has been for years always spark a pinch of curiosity in us. The same thing happened to this man who saw an abandoned cabin in the middle of the woods and decided to explore it, and that too in the dead of the night. As darkness covered everything, the man moved in the unexplored territory with just his flashlight and camera on, unknown to the danger that was about to come his way. As he moves forward and goes into the cabin, a creepy cryptid appears on the camera, stunned by the sudden appearance of the human who had disturbed its peace. At first, it looked like a cardboard piece or something, but the glowing eyes and the way it slightly turned after spotting the man makes it look legit. The creature was small, had black skin, and two piercingly glowing eyes, giving it a look of a devil in the making. This was enough to freak the man out as he runs for his life. What exactly was that thing? A demon, a ghost, or something else? Uploaded on YouTube a couple of years ago by a man who claimed he had finally recorded a ghost in the cemetery, this clip shows us a weird shadow moving around behind a tombstone. For seconds straight, the shadow keeps moving around. However, the question here is, why exactly was the man there with a camera and a flashlight in the middle of a cemetery so late at night? And why did the ghost not come out of its hiding place and scare the man away? Was it even a real ghost? Or was it just a prank to fool everyone on the internet? This clip was recorded by a man who was running around in the woods when he started hearing weird sounds. According to him, it sounded like a human, so he decided to go and check who it was or if it was someone in need of help. In search of the origin of the voice, he got closer to a well that had been abandoned for hundreds of years and was famous for being haunted. As he got closer, his camera and his eyes both saw a creature in the depths of the well looking straight at him. The creature of the well had a darkish appearance, with eyes that were glowing with blue light. The sight was so scary, it made the man run for his life, not even thinking twice about the voice he had heard before. Was it the creature that was making these sounds to lure the human nearby? Or was it someone who had fallen into the creature's trap before? I guess as the man ran away and never went back, we might never know. Prepare to witness a scene that'll have you checking your own closets twice. The video opens on a seemingly ordinary room. The only point of interest is a large wardrobe, its dark presence dominating the frame. Each bang creaking the wardrobe door open a fraction further. As the knocking abruptly stops, the camera person understandably on edge. The wardrobe is completely empty. Unexplained phenomena or a cleverly concealed trick? This eerie video ignites the age-old debate. Are we witnessing a genuine encounter with the paranormal or something more down to earth? If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. My friends think skydiving is awesome, always trying to drag me along. But nope. This video is my ultimate proof of why I fear it. Many things can go wrong. The cameraman jumps to, capturing the terrifying scene behind him. The other plane, wingless, plummeting towards the ground. We also see a view from the diver jumping from the plane that just crashed into the other. From that view, we can see that after the plane collided, all the divers jumped off and scattered in the air. Thankfully, these were trained professionals. Each had a parachute, their only hope for a safe landing. Anyway, this is why I stick to the ground. We all know plants are alive, but have you ever seen one take a walk? A branch with leaves is moving and grooving. It scoots across the pavement like it has tiny feet. At first, you might think it's some sneaky leaf bugs in disguise. But zoom in closer, and it's clear. These are real leaves, firmly attached to the branch. The most puzzling part? Other leaves are scattered around, perfectly still. So what's making this one take a stroll? Is it magic? A mischievous wind spirit? The answer might be simpler. Wind could be playing tricks, pushing the branch in a way that makes it look like it's walking. But hey, that doesn't stop the mystery. Ever seen a bird that looks like it came straight out to hell? There's a weird video going crazy on TikTok. It shows a strange bird people are calling the opium bird. They say it's the first one ever seen in Antarctica. In the video, the bird looks totally out of place. It's big and covered in white fur, with a long beak and eyes that seem empty. The whole thing is just kinda creepy, and it just sits there. But hold on, this bird might not be all it seemed. The video actually has 3 clips showing different opium birds, and all of them have something red dripping from their beaks. Plus, the whole look of the bird seems a bit unreal. Turns out, this whole thing was a trick. The opium bird isn't real. It was created using special effects computers. So while the video might make you jump at first, there's no need to worry about a monster bird hanging out in Antarctica. Imagine you're looking out your window, and in the house across the street, you see this.
Tap it on the window out. There.
Yeah.
Top window.
Yeah.
This video from California has viewers on the edge of their seats. The clip, filmed by a neighbor, captures a sight straight out of a spooky movie. It shows what appears to be an empty house across the street. A strange humanoid shadow darts across an upstairs window in an unnaturally swift motion. The figure then vanishes, only to reappear moments later in a downstairs window, seemingly staring directly at the camera. Needless to say, this was a really scary and bizarre sight. However, this encounter has sparked a debate. Is it a genuine paranormal experience, or something more down to earth? While the video is unsettling, I believe it could be a clever prank. A cardboard cutout figure, strategically placed and moved between windows, could explain the swift movements and reappearance. A tourist family visiting Wayuun National Forest had an encounter they'll never forget. They believe they may have captured footage of the legendary Sasquatch on video, which they uploaded to YouTube. The video shows the family enjoying the view near a waterfall. As they film the scenery, something catches the camera in the distance, walking among the trees. Upon rewinding and slowing down the footage, a figure emerges that closely resembles descriptions of Sasquatch. The tall, humanoid figure has a furry body and a slightly hunched back, matching the classic image of the creature. The tourists who filmed the video say they were completely unaware of their encounter until they reviewed the footage back home. This adds an extra layer of spookiness, knowing the creature was seemingly close by without them realizing it. Have you ever seen something so strange it boggles your mind? This beach video features just such a creature. At first glance, it's impossible to tell what it is. Its body is covered in numerous openings, each independently moving with spiky, tongue-like protrusion. The creature's texture is also bizarre, hard, and rough like a rock. The more you look, the stranger it gets. Some viewers believe it's an alien, while others think it's a deep sea worm straight out of a nightmare. Regardless of its origin, its movement is undeniably unsettling, and even disgusting. To me, it's hard not to wonder what would happen if you touched one of those bizarre openings. While this video may seem like something out of a horror movie, it claims to be a real-life encounter caught on camera. In the clip, the homeowner, who is behind the camera, explains that his neighbor heard strange noises coming from his house while he was away shopping. The video shows the homeowner approaching his house, filming the windows as he explains the situation. Suddenly, the lights inside the house start flickering on and off, adding to the eerie atmosphere. Then, through the window, a chilling sight A shadowy figure appears briefly within the house before vanishing. Startled, the homeowner yells and runs towards a storage room inside the house. As he scans the room with his camera, he spots a strange movement behind a broken wall panel. Fear taking hold, the homeowner runs to the garage. There he hears banging noises coming from the attic, but finds nothing when he investigates. While the homeowner deserves credit for his bravery in facing this unsettling situation, if I was in the place of the homeowner, I would have just dialed 911. Imagine venturing into the woods for a quiet night walk and stumbling upon this. A man has captured a spine-tingling experience on camera during his nighttime exploration of a dense forest. As he walks deeper into the woods, he comes across an abandoned, ruined car. But the car itself isn't the only thing unsettling. A strange feeling of dread washes over him, prompting him to pan his camera around to find the source. To his utter shock, he sees a figure standing eerily in the distance. Behind the car, the figure appears vaguely human-shaped, but completely black. Overcome by fear, the man takes off running, and the video abruptly ends. This encounter must have been truly frightening. The sight of such a creature is unsettling, as our mind couldn't even make sense of these creatures and what they want. This video, captured on a Ring doorbell camera, will shake your heart to its core. It shows a kid named Taylor, clearly scared and in tears, ringing her neighbor's doorbell. Through the doorbell speaker, the homeowner, who isn't home at the moment, reassures Taylor that they're on their way and tells her to stay put near the front door. We hear Taylor explain, in a voice trembling with fear, that she's being chased by a bobcat.
I'm on my way home right now. I'll be out soon, okay?
No, please come open the door. There's a bobcat. I want to come in. Please.
The kind neighbor patiently calms Taylor down, who also mentions her mom is not at home. Thankfully, the neighbor arrives shortly after. While the situation is scary, witnessing a young girl face such fear is truly heartbreaking. It's a reminder of the importance of looking out for one another, especially our younger neighbors. Thankfully, the quick thinking of the neighbor and the convenience of video doorbells helped ease this frightening situation. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Filmed by a person sitting by a river under a large bridge, this video shows something unusual. It starts off peacefully, showing the bridge from below and the nice surroundings, suggesting it's a beautiful day. But then, something unexpected happens. The camera catches a glimpse of an odd figure, a humanoid creature that's hairless, gray, and doesn't look like anything typically seen. The creature's appearance is startling because it resembles what many people think of when they imagine an alien. Not from our world, mysterious, and unlike typical beings we know. It just appears out of nowhere, crosses the pillar, and then seems to disappear just as suddenly as it arrived. It's hard to say exactly what this creature is from the video alone. The fact that it looks so unusual and then vanishes without a trace adds to the mystery. It makes me wonder, are we alone in the universe, or is there another species that has been watching us all this time, and we did not notice, maybe even watching us from under our bridges? Caught by a surveillance camera positioned on the stairs of an apartment building, this video showcases an unsettling scene that seems straight out of a horror movie. Initially, the footage reveals a small, dark, furry object in the hallway, which could be mistaken for a regular animal. But what happens next is far from ordinary. Out of nowhere, a bizarre humanoid creature leaps into the hallway from the stairs leading to the next floor. This sudden appearance is so shocking that it seemingly causes a short circuit, plunging the entire area into darkness. Despite the brief and chaotic nature of the encounter, the camera manages to catch a fleeting glimpse of this eerie entity. The creature is tall and skinny, with a grayish skin tone that gives it an otherworldly appearance. Its head is disproportionately large, bald, and its features are unnervingly alien-like. The abruptness of the creature's appearance, combined with the subsequent power outage, amplifies the creepy atmosphere of the footage. This video leaves me with more questions than answers. What could that creature be? Is it real? Could this video be fake? I don't know what to think. Filmed by archaeologists outside during the night, this video will give you the chills. The only source of light is a flashlight, as they are clearly working on uncovering something hidden in the dirt. The atmosphere is already tense, given the context and the darkness surrounding them. As the person recording adjusts the camera, it inadvertently captures something chilling in the background. A set of red glowing eyes, lurking in the darkness just a few feet away from where the ritual is taking place. The abrupt discovery of these glowing red eyes in the near total darkness sends a jolt of fear through the spine. The intensity of the moment escalates dramatically when the cameraman realizes they're not alone. His reaction is very dramatic as he's overtaken by fear. With heart-pounding urgency, he does what most would in a moment of sheer terror. He runs, desperately wanting to escape from that place. I wonder what creature was lurking in the dark. Could it possibly be a ghost protecting whatever they were about to dig out of the earth? In this video, the person filming has encountered a remarkable and unusual creature outside. The animal has a unique appearance, characterized by its elongated body and tentacles that have a gel-like texture, resembling those of a sea anemone. Intriguingly, at the tip of each main tentacle, there's a feature that looks similar to a seashell, and from these, additional smaller tentacles emerge, reminiscent of an octopus's limbs, but on a smaller scale. The combination of these characteristics, the jelly-like tentacles, the seashell-like endings, and the smaller tentacles sprouting from them, makes the creature extraordinarily peculiar and captivating. I have never seen anything like this. If you know what this animal could be, please let me know in the comments. We are now presented a truly unusual sight. A serpent with two heads, each extending from the same body, observed on a rock. Despite its extraordinary dual-headed nature, the snake's movements and colors appear completely normal, displaying the typical behavior and patterning one would expect from such a reptile. The presence of two heads on a single serpent is a rare phenomenon, often attributed to a condition known as bicephaly, which is quite uncommon in the animal kingdom. This peculiar creature, behaving as any ordinary snake would, offers a fascinating glimpse into the natural world's capacity for extraordinary variations. I personally have seen some footage like this before, but it's always interesting to see how they manage to adapt and live this way. We are all unique and beautiful in our own way. The video captures a somewhat eerie scene, filmed by a person walking along a forest path that leads to an intriguing destination, an abandoned tunnel. This tunnel appears to be partially sealed off by large bricks, yet they don't entirely close off the entrance, leaving a gap at the top. As the camera gets closer, something unexpected comes into view atop the bricks. Initially, it's unclear what's resting there, but as the filmer moves nearer, the outline becomes unmistakably that of a man's back. It appears as though a man is just sitting there, casually perched on the bricks that block the tunnel entrance. The location is unusual and somewhat unsettling for someone to choose as a chilling spot, and makes me raise questions about what this guy might be doing there. Filmed from a runner's view, with a camera probably attached to him as he jogs on a forest trail in the mountains. This video will give you an intense experience. As he's passing by many hikers, enjoying his run, something unexpected happens. A grizzly bear suddenly rushes out from the right side of the forest and starts chasing him. Right then, the whole mood of the video changes. What was a peaceful run turns into a scary situation.
Holy shit!
The runner realizes he's in big trouble and begins to sprint as fast as he can to get away from the bear. You can feel the tension as he pushes himself to the limit, trying to escape from this dangerous animal. It's a gripping moment, showing a peaceful nature run turning into a frantic escape for safety. As amazing as a running session in a mountain forest sounds, this video is one of the reasons I could never do that. These encounters terrify me, and I don't know if I would have been able to escape the attack. This video is captured from the viewpoint of a doorbell camera during a quiet night. Initially, everything is calm, and the street is empty, creating a peaceful, undisturbed setting. Suddenly, the tranquility is broken when skinny, long spider legs creep into the camera's frame, startlingly close to the lens. Moments later, the entire body of the spider comes into view. The spider has positioned itself directly in front of the camera, transforming the serene night into a startling scene, especially given the previous calmness. Although I'm not scared of spiders, this video scared the crap out of me. I did not see that coming. This video is recorded by a man on the street, capturing the sky at dusk, a time when the fading light creates a perfect backdrop for observing unusual phenomena. The focal point of this intriguing footage is an object that appears to be an oval-shaped ship, suspended in the sky, distinguished by two prominent lights. Its appearance and behavior strongly suggest that it could be an unknown flying object, especially given its unconventional shape and the way it merely floats, motionless, against the evening sky. The object's stillness in the air, combined with the dimming light of dusk, lends a mysterious and almost otherworldly quality to the scene. It doesn't exhibit any sudden movements or flashy displays. It's just eerily present, hovering silently. I think that this calm yet conspicuous presence in the sky naturally draws everyone's mind to the possibility of it being an alien ship, although I also consider the possibility that this video could be fake. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. From the unique perspective, this video shows the strength that nature has. The scene unfolds with the tornado's fierce winds, forcefully moving a football goalpost, spinning it in circles. The sheer strength of the tornado is evident in its ability to effortlessly manipulate such a large and sturdy object. Showcasing the natural phenomenon's might and the mesmerizing yet destructive dance it performs with the objects in its path. These natural phenomena are amazing, and the proximity of the filmer to the tornado adds a palpable sense of danger. The video, possibly captured by a surveillance camera or a bystander from the side of the road, showcases a heart-stopping moment that unfolds like a miracle. It features a man who is seated beside his motorbike on the roadside, seemingly taking a break. Out of nowhere, a dramatic turn of events occurs. A bulldozer, which is moving along the road, unexpectedly veers to the left, heading directly towards the man and his motorbike. In a twist of fate, another vehicle coming from the opposite direction intervenes at the crucial moment. This car collides with the bulldozer, effectively altering its path and preventing it from hitting the biker. The impact between the car and the bulldozer creates a narrow escape for the biker, who is miraculously spared from what could have been a catastrophic incident. Although this could have ended up in a better way if the bulldozer driver was paying more attention, I think this was pure luck. This intriguing video comes from a trail camera positioned in a snowy winter woodland. All seems quiet and calm for a while. Suddenly, the tranquility is broken by the appearance of a large creature with wild brown hair walking on 2 feet. It moves with a deliberate humanoid gait, passing right in front of the camera. The creature closely resembles the legendary Bigfoot. The sight of such a creature in this wintry forest landscape is both captivating and bewildering. It raises the question, could this actually be the elusive Bigfoot often spoken of, but rarely seen? I have to say that the quality of the video is very poor, so I can't make out any features or details. The only thing I can see clearly is its walking, which looks very human. This terrifying video from Sweden shows a family caught in a brutal hailstorm inside their property. Seeking shelter under a shed, they huddle together as massive hailstones, the size of tennis balls, pound relentlessly on the roof. The loud thumps and crashes create a scene of pure terror. The family, understandably scared, stays huddled together, unable to even consider running to safety because of the hailstone's size and potential danger. The video captures the raw fear and helplessness of the family as the hailstorm rages on. To emphasize their point, they even share a photo comparing the hailstones to a golf ball, showcasing the enormous size of the ice chunks. Thankfully, the family emerges unharmed. However, the hailstorm undoubtedly caused significant damage, likely destroying cars and causing property damage in the area. This video from a wildlife photographer captures a scene of ultimate relaxation. An owl perched on a tree, seemingly unfazed by the world around it. The owl exudes an air of tranquility, as if it has transcended all life's worries and stresses. While the owl appears completely at peace, a few curious hummingbirds decide to liven things up by poking its head. But even these playful jabs fail to ruffle the owl's feathers. It remains calm and composed, simply observing its surroundings with an unbothered gaze. Some viewers believe the owl's calmness stems from its limited daytime vision. However, this isn't entirely true. While owl vision is indeed weaker during the day, they can still clearly see objects close to them. Therefore, it's more likely that the owl simply chose to remain unfazed by the hummingbird's antics. Perhaps it was enjoying the peace and quiet of the moment and didn't want to waste energy on getting annoyed. I have a strong dislike for dolls, especially the old ones, and this video perfectly illustrates why. The footage is from an unknown person who seems to be inside a dimly lit house. There is also an eerie laughter echoing in the background. And there is a mysterious figure standing in the distance. The cameraman, feeling a bit uneasy, bravely decides to investigate the source of the laughter and cautiously approaches the figure. As he gets closer, It turns out that the mysterious figure was just a doll. However, the laughter persists, and upon closer inspection, 2 hands become visible behind the doll. Startled, the cameraman quickly checks behind the doll, only to find no one there. Ready to leave, he notices something even more chilling. The doll's pupils move on their own. Frightened, the cameraman makes a swift escape. This video is pretty chilling, and it is reinforcing my fear of dolls being potential hosts for spirits and ghosts. This video has some viewers on edge. It features 2 friends who were home alone when they heard an unsettling hissing sound coming from their kitchen window. Curious and a little spooked, they peeked through the window and got a real shock.
Your window. He's coming in the house.
They saw a strange creature, seemingly a mix of dog and human features, peering back at them. One of the friends, understandably terrified, screamed and ran. The video ends abruptly after that. Upon slowing down and pausing the footage, some viewers claim the creature resembles the legendary Michigan Dogman. This creature is said to be a tall, bipedal creature with dog-like features and glowing eyes. Whether it was the Michigan Dogman or something else entirely, the video certainly captures a scary and bizarre encounter. It's important to remember that such encounters are extremely rare and often lack concrete evidence. It's also important to be cautious when encountering unfamiliar situations. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, the safest course of action is to leave the area immediately and seek help from the authorities. This underwater video reveals a fascinating deep-sea creature that looks like something out of an alien movie. The animal has a unique round body from which multiple extremely long and slender appendages extend. As the video continues, there's a captivating moment where the creature's long appendages fold in a manner that suggests flexibility and coordination. Following this, the creature makes contact with the sea floor and begins to crawl, utilizing its tentacle-like feet in a manner that's both intriguing and eerie. The way it moves is mesmerizing, showcasing the adaptability and peculiar locomotion of deep-sea life forms. These deep-sea life creatures are terrifying. They feed the thalassophobia of many people. Reddit is a treasure trove for discovering some of the most chilling and strange videos, and this particular one is no exception. The footage follows 2 friends exploring an unknown location in the dead of night, armed with their flashlights. Their journey leads them to a sewer entrance where they unexpectedly encounter a strange creature attempting to scale the metal fence.
Dude. Okay.
Witnessing this enigmatic being, both friends immediately bolt away, their screams echoing in the darkness.
We're going. Dude, we gotta go! Dude, nothing's booking it! Go! Dude, get your flash. My light's not working.
As they put some distance between themselves and the creature, they glance back and continue recording, revealing that the creature seemed to chase them for a short distance. The encounter is undeniably terrifying, leaving us to ponder the motives behind the friends' nocturnal adventure. You've probably heard of Bigfoot, but did you know there's a cousin of Bigfoot known as the skunk ape? The skunk ape is a large, hairy, human-like creature said to live in the forests and swamps of the southeastern United States, particularly in Florida. In this video, which was captured by a tourist exploring the Florida swamps, something is seen moving among the distant trees. Initially, this creature appears ape-like, but upon closer inspection, it seems larger than a typical ape and walks with a human-like posture. It's covered in thick black fur. To me, this sighting resembles the skunk ape, or perhaps even the mighty Bigfoot. What are your thoughts on this encounter? For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.